honestly, I do want to put Evo even higher.
Stop,
honestly, this Vegeta too. Like, I really want to be.
What is good, y'all? It's your boy Nindo, back with the Dragon Ball Legends video, and today we're going to be doing a reaction to the Count himself and his DBL tier list for 7th anniversary part 2. Now, friendly disclaimer, before we go in, remember that everything's opinion. Anything I say, if I sound like a jackass, is not real. But I might sound like a jackass here because the last one was interesting, but we'll see what it's like. Again, all due respect to Vergil. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and please do enjoy. Said that 2 times. Goodbye.
You guys, it's Vergil,
all right,
and in this one we
let's
have
get started.
It's
time.
I'm
scared, but you know, I think this is gonna be fun. So
new characters. We just got the LF transforming Kaioken, the revival of Vegeta, both from Saiyan Saga, and then of course the 1% Tien and Nappa, and we do have the Nappas with his minions. But overall, you know, with every meta impactful new characters, we're gonna see some fluctuation in the list. So you know, they're gonna make some top additions, or the LFs at least, and you know, have some units increasing in value.
Vergil's really like
increasing in value.
He's cool with his words, you know what I mean? Breaking stuff down.
Color dynamic,
you know what I'm saying?
Some of the best
summarizing what's going on.
Honestly, just a
versatility. You see those nice words?
Really fantastic job.
Nice little summary breakdown. I'm glazing, just you know,
and not too far off from each other. Unlike the MUI and Evo, the discrepancy there is pretty much that MUI is a lot better than Evo. Whilst these characters are pretty close in overall, you know, they do serve 2 different purposes, but they are still pretty close in general value. And then the Nappa and Tien, can't really say the same for them, unfortunately. Not really impressed with them in terms of 1%.
Tien, I think, is okay for what he is. Nappa's dog shit.
And I'm not gonna just outright
he's right on that dog shit.
I think he's pretty good with his combo potential.
Yeah,
and
he said himself. Tien is cool.
But outside of that, he's, you know, even Saiyan Saga as a whole obviously hasn't been fully fledged out. They have some really superb equipment, but nothing fantastic there. And then Nappa.
This is before Fiku, I presume. So his opinion may be different
honestly garbage
on that. So
one of the worst 1% units that I've seen in a very long time. I'm just gonna be completely honest.
Nappa's dog shit. Agreed.
Make sure
100%.
to drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you guys are new for all things Dragon Ball Legends related. I am currently top 10 in the PvP global. Whilst recording this, I've been
top 10. Damn, bro, Vergil be pitted in hours, man.
Teams not only in standard,
but
I've been primarily grinding in proud. And when I do these lists, it's like an overall outlook. It's not that this unit. I have to explain this in every single video because of how you guys deem characters. Like, how can this unit be above? It's a team game, so team is very.
I agree. It's a team game. Individuality is important too.
Versatile. How broken are they individually? What purposes do they serve? What colors are the best right now? And of course, what are the teams in proud and standard both? So I have experience in both of these categories. They both serve pretty fantastic teams in standard. I mean,
how long was this?
Overlapping tags.
Vegeta has the good 2 minutes or 30 seconds.
Saiyan Saga, like I said, isn't the best tag. It does exist now. You can run a nice standard comp. If you're running a full proud, Saiyan Saga doesn't truly exist. You're gonna have to find some overlapping. These Zenkai buffers, I will quickly mention that they're abysmal, right? Red Saiyans, you know, obviously,
Red Saiyan's dog shit.
But you know, a lot of you guys don't even have Kakarot Goku, and no one's running
garbage Zenkai buffs. I'm not sure why it's still like that to this day.
Or Super Saiyan Goku. The Super Saiyan 3 Goku's a red Z ability, and then what is it? The FSK Gohan with the Blast Z ability is complete. Dookie Cheese. We have the Saiyan Saga Vegeta with even worser. I mean, technically,
yapping. Yo, stop putting them units on the list, mate.
Which is a movie's. It's abysmal. These guys need Zenkai buffers, new ones ASAP. I don't think Goku's gonna get a new one soon, but Vegeta might get the Zenkai Raditz, I believe, would be an optimal option. I believe it's based
Zenkai Raditz, yeah, sure. They haven't dropped the Zenkai yet to this moment, so
put these guys down.
Yeah.
Don't even want to put them in honorable mentions. I'm going to be completely. By the way, all these 1% are pretty decent in the
it's understandable
scheme of the game, and there's a lot of meta.
I definitely think Tien is easily like a top 20 unit, but
disappointing for me personally. I don't know for you guys. Let me know in the comments section.
Other people are going to be over him, unfortunately, like Ku and such.
Is that the glaze for this character needs to be absolutely studied. I've seen so many people, and you're gonna probably let's have this discussion.
Let's hear him out.
I just want to see it. Feel free to debate it. I've seen so many people say that this guy's top 10, top 15, top 20. I mean, maybe the 25, and so on. There's an
okay. I think 25 is crazy because Shallot's offering a lot of like versatility with his different, you know, forms and stuff like that, and different ways you can use him and stuff like that. His damage is phenomenal. right? His damage is straight up phenomenal. You can't deny that. You've seen all the clips of Shallot doing like one-shot melee cards, or like he has that cooler range attack when he's a Super Saiyan Blue. It just depends where you pit him. In Super Saiyan 3, you have straight up endurance nil. So it's kind of like Cell. You transform, I think you have to pop your main when you transform, which doesn't take that long. You get your endurance nil, then you can rush, or you could do that blue card I was talking about, fucking knock somebody's brains out with that, you know what I'm saying? He's a health buff too, right? And to me, being a health buff and a usable unit is kind of insane, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, you're kind of making to where the team doesn't require a health buff anymore, right? And Shallot's already good standalone, so you don't have to Zenkai buff him. So you could use him as the health buff, and for instance, pit Goku Vegeta, and then just straight milk Goku and Vegeta with like Zenkai buffs and stuff like that. So I think he's very versatile. He's a Saiyan. He has all those different forms. He has a big amount of damage. He tanks like crazy, right? You can't penetrate this guy. It's almost the same way we were looking at Ultra Hit when he released, right? And we're like, oh my god, well, not when he released, when he got his plat. And then we were like, yeah, this guy is tanky as shit. I can't kill him. It's basically what Shallot is. And then he's type neutral at all times. You cannot go type advantage against Shallot. So it's not like he's a liability at any point in time. So is he top 10? Definitely no. But the way, I think he just said top 25. I think we're joshing it. We're pushing it. Like last time we looked at Vergil's tier list, right? He had LF Kid Goku on that list. I think Shallot is better than LF Kid Goku. What the fuck is LF Kid Goku doing? You know what I mean? He's just existing. Shallot's just offering a lot of stuff. In Super Saiyan 2, he gets endurance. He's buffing the crap out of Majin Vegeta, giving him 40% damage inflicted and stuff like that. He has a lot of builds he can do. Heavy damage, tanky ass shit. I don't know. He fits on anything
around there, but he's at least like a top 30 character for me personally.
Yeah, top 30, he's joshing it.
You guys are so
I'm sorry.
Unbelievably fixated.
You're trolling.
Top 10 best units. There is just so many great characters in the game right now. From a
trolling to the fucking max.
Saga characters.
No.
All these just random, probably that you're not even thinking of right now that I would place above him. So like Tierlist, we got Zamasu, we got
Zamasu,
Super Trunks, dude.
Super Trunks? Yeah, you're trolling. Master Roshi, you're trolling.
That it's impossible
you're trolling
to deem this guy that great when his utility isn't that good. So
you're
obviously
trolling.
He's got options with
Red Daima
transformation selection, his
really
selection, and of course
are we dead ass?
HP. You want to leader slot him. He's type neutral always. He's not a bad character by any means, but the actual value that this guy holds is from how well he's
again. I agree. Top 10, okay. Top 15, sure.
So sure you can find
go beyond that. Go under that top 20 mark. You're trolling. You're doing too much. There's no way.
He's a good option, solid option, but I would just deem like the overall value of a lot of these other characters that I just mentioned on their full team dynamics, on how versatile said other characters are, and all these factors.
I think the problem with his explanation, right? I'm not trying to dog on him or anything, is that I could go back. Either you tell me right now if I have bad memory, but I don't think he really specified anything in this kit that would make him like unusable. You know what I mean? Like he has stuff in this kit that makes him usable. Like I said, Super Saiyan 3 gets the endurance null. You have Vegeta and Goku out there, and he can do heavy damage. He could probably take 70% of a Goku's health down with a blue card on a normal day, and endurance no black him out. You know what I mean? He can tank. He's very self-sufficient tank. He's a neutral unit. He's giving health to the team, allowing for the team build to fluctuate more, making the other units stronger by default, because you can focus on buffing them while Shallot needs no Zenkai buff, right? There's other stuff he does in his blue form. I'm not too educated with his blue form. You have a Super Saiyan 2 form, which is like a perfect partner for UMV, and you could look up like a Dugo video or something if you want to see that combo. Just straight up endurance, cancel buffs everywhere. Vegeta's 40% damage inflicted. Like I said, Vegeta's getting that free health buff, double Zenkai buff Vegeta or something. He just pairs with a lot, so I don't understand his argument. You know what I mean? And then I don't get it. I don't understand.
15, 10 damage work? Absolutely. This guy's nuclear.
Diamond Goku is coming out. Super Saiyan Diamond Goku is going to come out and get blitzed by UI Goku. What's his value?
10 and moving up to the 1 and 2 range, and then we'll be going into the honorable mentions per usual. But I listed all the factors and how I outlook the ranges for said arguable characters.
Come on, Verge. 5 minutes, no units on the list.
Gets around here, they get
trolling
tighter for leaving a couple of spots of interchangeable.
Nice Persona music though. I fuck with that.
A little bit exact. You know, it's what you deem are the best units in the game right now.
Verge.
For number 10, it's going to be a little bit.
Get to it,
There
dude.
is the Kalen Caulifla. and Evo Vegeta. So these are the two.
The reason why the Evo Vegeta thing makes me mad, and listen, I'll listen to his explanation, right? Evo isn't like dog shit unusable, but the problem with pitting Evo here at all means that certain units who are definitely better than him, have more value, are just not going to make it, unfortunately.
Arguable 10 characters that I want to have. Where is Evo? And honestly, I do want to put Evo even higher.
Stop,
and honestly, this Vegeta too. Like, I really want to do.
I don't get what the like thing is with people and just ignoring the facts. You know what I mean? Like, I do think there's a lot of opinions in this game, but I don't get the whole thing with people just like saying, hey, I have a different experience. No, you don't. No, you don't. Can you make better plays than the other person who's facing like UMV? Yes, you can, right? But the problem here is if that person you're fighting with the UMV is playing just like you are noticeably going to find out that UMV has advantages over you almost every time. So it's like, I don't understand that part.
I think I'm leaning towards this. I might make this change. I initially had Majin Vegeta a bit higher.
But,
Yellows have
I don't understand.
Very massive hits with not only the release of this, the increase of value for Ultra Cell. I think he's a very team/meta dependent character. Obviously, one of the best individual characters in the game, but to have 3 disgustingly broken top tier reds in the game right now, you know, all capable of just not only withstanding these yellow units, right? This guy is what, 8 months old.
So before we go anywhere, I think his logic would work if those 3 were on the same team, right? But 2 of those ultras he has up there, you're rarely going to see, right? You're not running into Ultra Cell and Ultra Hit that often. Even more so, you'll probably run into Ultra Hit more, but it's not like you're running them that often. The only one you're going to be seeing is like maybe like Kaioken for the most part, like mostly. And even then, you're never going to see them on the same team. Nobody's going to be running Goku Hit Cell. Nobody's running Hit Cell. And nobody, it's probably like one person in the world running that combo. You know what I'm saying? So to me, it's not the number of reds you see up there. It's like the occurrences and how they're going to affect you and if they're going to be bundled up together. Because let's say these reds are strong enough to bundle up together. Then UMV approaches 2 reds. He's like, oh, geez, you know? Then I understand. You know what I mean? Certain combos you'd be seeing with colors would be like double green right now, you know, for example. But you wouldn't see double red. So it's like, sure, Hit can hurt UMV in the battle. Goku could also hurt UMV in a battle. UMV's not defenseless. His gauge is still going to activate. His Titanal is still going to activate from his AoEs. His Disrupt from the 50% is still going to activate. He's still going to destroy cards when you pop his Endurance. He still has cancel buffs. He still has Blast Armory. He still provides himself cards as he switch in. Like, he's not going to sit there and be like, oh my god, there's a red unit. There's nothing I can... No. He's not going to sit there and just fumble and die. And UMV, for the most part, is going to be running with UI Goku anyway. You know what I mean? So, like, my perfect example would be, like, UI Goku is more relevant in terms of, like, showing up than any of these units, right? Like I said, it doesn't matter the quantity of red units that are here. It matters, like, how many times you're going to see them and if they're going to be bundled up together, right? UI Goku alone has the same, you know, he has the same board dysfunction, right? He's going to affect reds just as much as these 3 would affect UMV, in my opinion, right? Does UMV lose like a little bit of value? Yeah, but not a shocking amount of value to where it's like 9 or 10. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we already know that some of these reds are going to be super high, right? We know UI Goku exists. You know, it's just, it doesn't make sense to me.
He's, you know, damage-wise been a bit power cracked.
It's not a good argument.
On a glaze setup to truly perform nowadays. And having units like Evo Vegeta. Evo, your favorite character, I know. Tank every single time. The Disrupt.
Tank every time? Evo?
He's eating every single time. So units like this, imagine these reds. You're just taking nothing. Absolutely.
What are you talking about?
Goku can bulk, absolutely. Obviously, Cell's a, you know, more of an offensive character, but he's still red. So any of these guys are going to be able to make really easy work of the majority of the yellows in the meta. That's not to say that these guys don't have absurd team value.
Sorry, before I continue, funnily enough, before we even continue, all these units he's dragging around and stuff beat the fuck out of Evo. they beat the literal dog shit out of Evo. You know what I'm saying? They hit Evo, and Evo he's not tanking any of these. Who is he tanking? As far as I'm seeing on the board, he's not tanking anybody. Even when Khalifa's in yellow, he's not tanking Khalifa. Finish the combo for blue card if you don't know such in the Kale, and Evo's on life support. UMV's definitely fucking like. What are we talking about? Tanking what?
That's the main reason yellows just have to drop for
tanking the green units, I guess, until God Goku goes type neutral and one shots him with the ult. Sorry.
From his AoE green card, which is basically what is completely carrying him. He's the easiest unit to use. He's got the safety net of the gauge. To counter this character, you just got to burn through his gauges. But once that's complete,
it's not that simple though. You don't just burn through his gauges. It's not that simple. What? Okay.
2-3 cards delete. These guys.
If I sound like a dickhead, can forgive me. I'm just passionate about what I'm hearing. So
to characters that aren't even yellow. So imagine how much of an impact these said yellows are having, despite having all these Saiyan / versatile comps, like whatever this guy is on, Vegeta clan, Saiyans, his leader slot, any strike comp, or any comp in general, his overall utility is still great. Cancel buffs, endurance. Meta, he is dropping. Reds are superior finally, because they were kind of lacking a little bit. Blues were taken. These guys were holding the game pretty strong, but I think Daima and Daima Foraku is seeing a little bit of a drop. The overall tag is being a little bit
agree with
countered.
that.
There's just answers and work to be done around the team. They're no longer the most dominant team in the game, neither in standard or in proud. Despite
you know what's funny?
Despite the paralyzed carry,
I'm gonna let him finish.
Carry, the masterclass utility of the Super Saiyan 4 Goku, I'm seeing his dominance take a little bit of a dip here. We have units like him keeping him in check. Obviously, Unireps feels like a much better team. Saiyan feels like a much better team. We do have versions of like a blast setup here. I want to talk about this team in the game right now, which is a very...
Okay, so I don't think he's gonna do it. Okay. So, yeah, I realize how he's mentioning how Daima is being like held down. It's like we have like a little bit of elite in it because we have options. UMV to this day, you can argue with me, I don't care, is still one of the best options against Daima. He's still one of the best options against the destroy cards they have. He's still one of the best options in terms of locking in and taking care of that unit that's been bugging you for like a long time. He's still one of those best options for shutting down those combos as, Kid Goku is ramming through, units who have destroyed cards, and guess what? That those destroyed cards aren't working because he's immune, and then Super Saiyan for Goku gets card protection. You're like, oh my god, guess what? UMV, gauge, stop it. Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's get to the next set. AoE, stop that shit. Get my get my cover null back. Let's move on. Cover null entry, then cards as you switch in. So when Ku switches in, I get a card. Let's move on. Let's get to the next thing. You got to mention UMV here if we're being like, we gotta,
like this,
he's right there. There's no way. Come on.
Revui right now. He's such a great character, and genuinely surprised that they made him so good, or good enough to be rated this high. But like something like this, or you could do double.
I would take you. I would.
What you would deem this comps like.
If I was fighting Diamond, no dumb shit. I would take Revui out and say, fuck you. What are you doing here? I'll put UMV here. Let's move.
But there is a lot of great options that I would put over Daima currently. They feel like a very safety net combo with, the disrupt and the utility that the team does hold, but everything, right? These guys are immune to card destruction. Maybe Goku above the Vegeta. I think this is what we're working with right now. So we have Evo Vegeta at 8. Doubt Daima is not.
Again, what is Evo doing? Like, he mentioned him tanking, but what is he doing? Like, who is he taking care of?
Not only fits on some of the best teams right now, but especially in Proud, he is on the best team, being Universal.
Yikes, bro.
The versatility on the tag, the combos, I said the card protection, the
card protection combos,
type neutral defensively on ultimates, the complete bulk of this character and the defensive equipment options on him. So
says fuck you to all that again? Not glazing.
On his offensive typing, where it's like, yo, can this character do damage? Can he do this and that? Obviously, you have to build him up. It's a character with build up, but he's one of those guys that can consistently get cover null as one of those new age characters that have really quick 5-second cover nulls. He gets it. His green card, you're filling up the gauge, you get more cover null, you're doing more cards, you get another green card, you run out of cards, you transform, you get more cover null, you keep going, you eventually draw another green card, and you're almost at level 3 gauge. Level 3 gauge, you guys already know.
First.
Stop! He's getting immunities, things, and of course on transformation, he's a lot more bulkier as well. So just great defensive character, and then just his combo potential is completely slept on. I think he's the best combo character currently in the top meta of the game. There's obviously a lot of other characters that can compete, but he is a character that sets up the success for many other characters. In standard mode, if you want to run him on a setup to succeed, you can run Kaba, you can run MVP, you can run Cell, you can run Revui, you can run this Vegeta. There's a lot of great things where him personally can shine, but I deem this character to be one of the best support combo defensive characters in the game, and he complements pretty much any strike setup as well. So
I respectfully need him to move past Evo, because I'm getting from the point where it's like, hey, sure, I ain't gonna say nothing, opinions are opinions, but I'm getting to the point where it's like, we are glazing the fuck out of this guy. You know what I'm saying? We're glazing the ever-living shit. Yes, he can combo long, but I know for a fact you've been in those matches where Evo's comboing you, and yes, you're in that combo, but it's not like, I'm in danger. He's tickling you and working his way up to 99 counts, and at most, farming Dragon Balls, right? And it's not like those card protection instances are infinite, right? It takes 5 seconds to go away. It takes 5 seconds to go away, so Evo's sitting there charging. I could swap in a unit that destroys cards as soon as those 5 seconds pass. I could swap in UMV. I could swap in Chemical Leaflet, get my disrupt, say fuck that. I could swap in UI Goku and raise his arts cost until it's like, okay, you know, you're done now. It's like, I don't get it. I don't get it.
These guys right here on reps on the same team.
Evo with MUI?
Overlapping tags as well. So this guy's PO, he fits perfectly with Hit as well. This is my personal proud team I'm just showing you guys right now. This is my current lineup. So I have Beast Gohan lead. Show you guys what I'm working with. Beast Gohan.
I think Proud might be different scenarios, because there's no way there's no way.
But in standard mode, he's not really insanely relevant, and then he's not insanely versatile as well, because his main tags, his hybrids, movies. I'm just showing you guys, could be many different variants right here. I just love to use his snipe ability, very similar to Hit. Just gets the job done. Any character that you want to immediately snipe, you don't need to worry about your buffs being canceled. It's just a click of a button away. And obviously he's big glass. You're gonna have some characters to protect him. I usually run this top 3 lineup, or you can mix and match. You want to do double green, yellow, whatever the case may be. Beast Gohan is still fantastic. He's going to be in my honorable mentions. I know I'm getting a little bit all over the place with this list, but I'm going to go back to
you gotta move past Evo.
Dropping the placements.
You gotta move past Evo.
Majin Vegeta at 9. We got Killing Caulifla.
Please move past
Evo Vegeta at 8. Daima Forku at 7. Daima's still a fantastic comp. I think Super Saiyan 4 Goku out of Daima is still great. A lot of you guys are going to see them more heavy in standard because it's Ku, him, and then the mini Daima Goku is very disgusting at the moment. Cell Stonks absolutely increased
which shits on Blue Vegeta, by the way. Reminder, that setup of Vegeta has no purpose fighting Daima in that setup.
Obviously, Saiyans is one of the most stacked teams in the game, so pretty much what he was missing. So the blue dominance of Daima Goku has kind of dipped. We're getting a great partner pairing here, but I think if they do re-release him, which they're probably going to, because he's a great pair for this Vegeta, you're going to be seeing this duo a ton in the top of the PvPs. Cool, we could get into Revui, Cell, these guys right now. I think this is what I'm rocking with. We have top 6 Revui. I want to slap God Goku somewhere. I had God Goku previously in my 5. He's probably somewhere here. Like, I'm gonna be 100%. He's around there. I had God Goku above Revui.
If I see Evo moving up, I'm clicking off the video.
A little bit more valuable overall. I think God Goku is better individually, which is funny to say. I'm putting him lower. They serve a very similar purpose, just a very great damage dealing character. The utility on God Goku's better. So partners, he has one of the most versatile taggings right now. So there's a ton of God Ki, there's a ton of Saiyans, there's a ton of Sun Family. Even movies, if you want to run movies, Beast Gohan, there's a lot of varieties you can be doing with God Goku. Excellent equipment options. Even in Proud, if you're slapping this dude on leader, AoE green card, cancel buff effects, endurance, immunities, vanish restore, type neutral, you name it. He hits like a freaking truck. He's got a great ultimate. Very great details there, but unfortunately a lot of what the meta can do, so if you run into like a Hit, you run into a Cell, you run into like, there's really good ways to handle a character like this that can just die. So this goes to say for pretty much every character that doesn't have a guaranteed second life, like Revival UI or someone that can't tank or bulk. Like I feel like this guy's so much better defensively. Hit is so much better defensively. Even MUI is better defensively. At a peak positioning, God Goku can be good defensively, but he seems like one of those characters that isn't as secure as having this guy on the team. So this guy, even in his pre-revival state with that, you control your cover null, main ability pop, you get a new hand, you get really good vanish restore, you work around, you let your other units cook. So whether you're running the blast comp that I showed you, he's very versatile in that way with the typing. So MUI, him, hits, you can do Cell right now is a great partner. This is probably one of the best standard teams. Top 4. 3, 4. We're gonna put, okay, this is what we're doing. We're just spending too much time. 1, 2, 3, 4. This can be interchanged. I honestly see more value from the Vegeta right now. I'm working Vegeta at 3, hit 4, Cell 5, Revui 6. And this is the interchangeable right here with God Goku Revui. So 6, 7, 8, 9, and
6, 7.
Kale and Caulifla. I know this is like top 10 plus 1. So that's what we're working with. This is the exact order as I would have it. Best unit in the games, obviously.
This is it?
Goku.
He's done?
Otherwise, I'm sorry. It just doesn't make any sense. He's easily the best meta controller.
All right. So before we continue, I'm gonna give my opinion. I'm gonna listen to what he's saying, and I'm gonna give my opinion because he kind of last time I watched Vergil's list, it was a little more like I think straight through the line. I think he got stuck on Evo too long, and then then you started dragging other units around, talking about Daima and then other proud setups, and then kind of got a little over the place. But he's probably gonna summarize it down. Before he does that, I'm gonna give my opinion. So UI Goku number 1, absolutely. Pretty much the most versatile unit in the game right now in terms of teams. He can pretty much go anywhere, install, and just abuse timer counts, because that's what the game's all about. His damage is big. He punishes you for trying to hit him. Unfortunately, something that also aids him is the fact that he has a green card lock-in ability. So when you try to hit him, even if the gauge isn't active, you can hit the green card, snipe you with that blue card. It does a lot of damage. Gauge fills pretty easily. In base form, fills off the green card. He heals off the green card. When he transforms, he gets the full gauge again. Every card he does gets a gauge fill. When he gets the green card counter, it's a 50% gauge fill. And then when he does the blue card that the game gives him after that, another gauge fill. So then he has 100% gauge again. He gets 100% gauge every time he comes back off a standby. So a lot of people just, play him to where you have a unit on the team that does combos, and then UI comes out, hey, my gauge is back. Or UI Goku isn't free or exempt from doing combos himself because his damage is just good. You know what I'm saying? He's not really that unit that draws cards or keeps the combos going. But if there's a tight neutral unit in front of him or a red unit, strike card, ba-boom, 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 ba-boom. God forbid he draws a blue card, ba-boom, 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 ba-boom. And then you kind of get fucked by him. And then as you hit him, he raises arts cost. So like a thing with UI, right? Vegeta can't really do anything to him. Personally, right? Vegeta is type neutral, but you can't really do anything to him because he's going to raise Vegeta's arts cost. And UI Goku is tanky as it is, right? So he just has like all that versatility, all that stuff he can do, all that usability. He's never really backed into a corner unless it's like a scenario with like maybe like a UMV or like a green unit that has like, AoEs, or if you fail to utilize his main ability where he gets his element nil correctly, whatever. Kaioken Goku, I had him under Vegeta at first until I realized how stupid this guy was. Same thing, he has a lot of versatility. He's a Goku unit, and then he's just consistently stopping combos, going type neutral and healing himself. He's basically like LF Zamasu if Zamasu was built correctly in his prime, you know what I'm saying? So he's just an iron wall, stopping combos. He can transform, go into Kaioken, get beefier, get his health back, continue to stop combos. He has a green card solar flare. You hit that off, you get a free moment to start another combo. It's also a quick attack. You can hit somebody off that. Goes type neutral of any green card. So any green card type neutral. Ba-boom, 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 ba-boom. Damage, 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 damage. He's a pretty basic unit, but he's just hard to kill. He's very stupid to kill. And then he does really good early game damage. So people can like snipe you with this unit early game because he starts at pretty much a super high peak. And then all he has to do is pop Kaioken to go over that. Then he also gets the cards as he's hitting you. So if you're fighting somebody who destroys your hand or whatever, he gets cards as he clicks it. So if you click a blast card, it lands, another card comes. You click that card, another card comes. And if you go Kaioken, It resets. You click a blast card, another card comes. He just completely keeps refreshing his cards, so you always have something to use. And if you need time to get more cards, Solar Flare, wait a second, more cards, etc., etc., all that. So, Vegeta. Okay, so I think I would have Cell over Hit. Let's start with that. I would have Cell at like 3, I think. Yes. The only reason why I don't have Cell over Goku is because Goku does have more versatile teams. But Cell doesn't... No, I think I put Cell over Goku. I put Cell over Goku. Because Cell, he's pretty much like a Goku type unit. Not in terms of like the tanking, but he does have a really good disrupt that stops you in your tracks completely. Unless you have an AoE green card at that exact moment. Because he seals all your strike and blast cards at 50%. And then he also has endurance. And then, of course, obviously he has cancel buffs. He has the break cards, the blast armor. Most importantly, he has like constant endurance nullification. And then his damage inflicted is kind of at that, you know, baseline level. Like he's always hitting you hard. You see Cell hitting you, you're like, I'm in danger. Worst part is that he has an ult. He goes type neutral in. And since he permanently nullifies endurance just for existing, if that ult hits an endurance unit and he's type neutral and you're not canceling buffs, he's dead. You know what I'm saying? Rush, endurance null, dead. So he's pretty much, he's self-sufficient. If somebody starts hitting him, you can't swap out. He's going to stop that combo. He also has another disrupt when you pop his endurance. It's a little less efficient, but it exists. I forgot what it is, but it's a little less efficient for sure. But he's pretty much like, I know the argument for Hit would be the fact that he has like the time skip, but Hit standalone compared to Cell, if you were trying to do like a 1v3 or whatever, or just in general standalone, I don't think there's a universe where you'd be able to argue with me to say that you'd rather be using Hit in that moment, because Hit has no blast armor. You catch Hit, it's wraps. There's no disrupt, there's no nothing. So you just keep comboing him until he dies, right? Cell, like I said, you got the disrupt, you got blast armor, you got break cards, you catch the enemy once, you ult, you get to the other guy, you rush, you know, take out Godku or take out any unit that has no revival or whatever. He's kind of that unit right now that makes revival so important, right? Everybody's talking about, hey, revive units are good. Revui Goku has good usability because of revival. You know, Vegeta has good usability because of revival. That's mainly because of Cell. Sure, the time skip, yes, you can get it multiple times, but Cell is just... He's just getting to the point. He's not waiting 30 seconds to get the time skip. He's cashing those initial combos and just blast card, blast card, blast card, blast card, dead, blast card, ult, rush. You know how overwhelming it is to fight a Cell in comparison to Hit. You can prepare yourself for Hit. You know he doesn't have blast armor, so you can throw blast cards at him, make him vanish. You don't have to just stand there and watch him time skip. He has to combo you in time skip. Cell, they can back into a corner with break cards and blast armor and just start fucking you. You know what I mean? So I don't know. And then he has the pairing with Vegeta, which, you know, I'm going to let him finish because I've been talking a lot, and then I'm going to keep going. So right now, my list is UI Goku, Cell number 2, and then we have Kakarot Goku, Goku, Saiyan Saga number 3. I put Vegeta at number 4, and let's see what Verge has to say about that. For the rest, it's kind of whatever. We'll get to that.
In the games, the easiest characters to use, the best safety net, the highest damage dealing unit, the greatest utility, the counter, the gauge, the easiness to receive, like to keep getting the gauge, the swaps, the blue card, whatever the case, main ability, you're getting your vanish back. Bro is disgustingly broken outside of just even the team options. There's a ton of greens in the game, and which is why a lot of these guys are seeing some great relevance. Killing Caulifla, Revui, there's a lot of greens to kind of counteract him, but type neutral defensively. Bro's actually going to go crazy. So some of the best options team wise, I'm just going to give you guys the options right now. So this, you could run this. Majin Vegeta is really good. This is probably one of the best lineups right now, the triple Goku setup, where you can run Revui as well. And that's just how it goes. I think this was the exact lineup. I don't want to get it mixy here. And this Kaioken Goku. But reason I'm putting Kaioken Goku so high is because he is one of the biggest damage dealers in the game for general damage. He's like Cell for me, but he's on some better teams.
He's
some better
like,
lineups. He's
like
got
Cell.
the best unit in the game to coexist with. Cell needs to
not like the disrupting the combo consistently thing, but the damage.
He's also glass. This guy's not only one of the highest damage dealers, he's also one of the bulkiest characters in the game. So once he is in this transform state, you know, obviously you have that flashbang utility. You do have, he's got a cool disrupt. He has that gauge. Easily that top damage in the game. MUI is a great partner for him. Top 3 here. This guy is a great safety net. Great complementer for a lot of these options. The reason I can run Hit and Ape and then Goku, so they all have in common, they got PO and then got Universe Rep, so you can make a overlapping mixed tag that way. Cell, still fantastic. The Nullify Endurance for existing, the anti-blast armor, the actual blast armor on him, the Nuke Ultimate, couple of cards, insane damage. So 5, 6, and you can interchange the God Goku. You could do this if you want, swap. The thing with Daima just feels less for me right now, so I would honestly want to bring Evo to as much value as possible. I think Reps is easily the best team in the game. He's easily one of the best
options. Bro, Daima's team fucks Evo. I don't understand how that makes sense.
I know a ton of you guys do not play it. So you don't understand, you don't see it, whatever the case. He doesn't take because you're building him offensively, bro.
Literally everybody under Evo can pit him into the mud. I don't understand.
2 pure defensive items. A little bit Stargated is his issue. Great utility overall. This is the top list here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. His time skip, I don't know if I talked about him at all, but
I have another point too I want to mention because I think it's super important.
Left, right, center, very easy to get his time skip. On the best team with the best partners, a little bit versatile. You can run him with these literally everybody in the game because you know you're either leader slotting him and you run him on Saiyans, he's got a Zenkai bench, or you're running him on reps and you slap somebody else on lead or whatever. But running him, like I said, in Proud, so if I can mix this guy because he's PO and Saiyans, so it's very funny to use that way. Cell, Revui, great safety net, great damage dealer, great utility character, slept on beyond belief, but very good in this meta. With Yellow's taking a dip, outside of his stinky blue card, he does all his other jobs fantastic. So I just gotta tell him. For the Daima, you know, enjoyers, yo, guess what? Daima's still down here. Daima's on the way back. So the honorable mentions, we got Ku, Paralyzed, Support Demon. We got Mini Ku, the Snipe Lord with the sub count, lock in, the quick chaining cards, the leading characters. Blues are some of the, you know, you got the #1 unit, you got Daima. It's pretty much all the blues though. Like, where are the other blues? Not too many blues I see. I mean, there's not too many purples, so that's why greens are semi-free. If you're running Evo, not too many people are running Evo. I recommend if you have Evo, he's doing pretty good right now. And then Mini Forku's also fantastic. You know, there's a lot more ranges in this department. I think Yellow's a bit lower, but these guys just too versatile on Saiyan, Sunfam.
I don't understand.
This guy's still too good individually. The special beam cannon's cracked, and like I said, the actual cancel buff effect. So what I was running, something, just a quick little detail, is if you have Evo, like I'm running this lineup, this is one of my 3s in Proud. He goes for the kill. Any first person to pop that ultimate, Beast Gohan's canceling the buffs. Like, it's as simple as that. If you have some sort of protection for the Vegeta where they're wasting their utilities, dude, Evo Vegeta, as soon as that happens, Evo's gone. He's just going on a rampage. Like, yo, you can't do anything to him now. So Beast Gohan still up here. He's great strike option. Just unfortunately leader slot merchant right now. Options, this Super Saiyan 3 Goku, Kaba, yeah, these are all okay options, I guess. I feel like there's units that I'd be forgetting and whatnot, but that's pretty much it. You know, I'm not going to get too deep into all these characters. Grunks is still really good. Probably one of the better options to run with Cell. Yeah, Cell. This is the top 10 list. Let me know what you guys think. Yeah, fam. I'll let you guys go. Stay frosty. Peace out.
Okay.
Yeah, fam.
Okay. Okay. I don't think the list is like
with Cell. Yeah, Cell. This is
okay. I don't think the list is bad necessarily. So again, I already told you about UI Goku. I already told you about Saiyan Saga Goku. I'm okay with that. I think him and Cell would be interchangeable at most. I picked Vegeta for Hit. For me, like I said, yes, he can go on teams, but outside of that, he's kind of like butt naked. You know what I mean? Like you can have Hit out by himself, but he's kind of butt naked. None of his like cards have any utilities for helping him in that 1v1 scenario. Like you can't just pop the time skip because you want to. You know what I mean? So it's like yeah, even if, let's say, they throw a strike card at you and you sidestep or something, you hit the time skip, yeah, I one-shot him, great. You realize if hit gets caught in a combo too, most units with any type of basic combo potential would eventually take him down. Like, they're not going to struggle to take him down. UI Goku will take him down, Vegeta will take him down, Saiyan Saga Goku would take him down, God Goku would take him down, Pop Ult, Cell would fuck him into the dirt. Even fucking Vegeta could find his way to taking him down. Daimaforoku would take him down, and maybe, yes, UMV would, like, have a little bit of issues, but hypothetically, UMV hits that green card. It's not going to be impossible for you to find an opportunity to rush or do something and take him out. He has no endurance. He's just naked. He's just out there butt naked. It's not like you're just, oh, hits out here with time skip. UMV, run. No. Like, you're good. You're good. So I'd pit Cell at, like, 4. Keep hit under, sure. You know what I'm saying? God Goku and Revui Goku, I could definitely see, like, the argument for them in between each other, right? I think I would pit UMV at maybe, like, 7-ish, right? I understand UMV is declining, but declining so much to where I see purple Vegeta over him just doesn't make much sense. Because to this day, I feel like anybody watching this video will envision so many scenarios where UMV is just sticking your head into the dirt. You know what I'm saying? You can have a red unit, but it's not like your other units are free from, you know, they're not free from getting caught. Like I say, he has multiple protections. He has cancel buffs. He has the 3 blast gauges, right? He has a 50% disrupt. He destroys your cards. He goes type null green cards. He still has the sub count lock-ins, meaning that you kind of have to force your red unit in the situation. Even if you don't want that red unit out, you have to force him into that situation. And for the people that UMV can team up with, right? He said he does like to mention teams, like proud teams and stuff like that. The people he can team up with, you think he's not going to be next to UI Goku? You think a red unit's going to come on UMV is going to be like, damn! I don't know what to do here. UI Goku's going to come out and whip ass. He still has excellent teams. Leader slot isn't hurting anybody. Anybody can build teams under him, you know what I'm saying? He's just still toxic and annoying. Vegeta, from so far what I heard from Vergil is that he has card protection, which only lasts 5 seconds. That's not going to give you complete, you know what I'm saying? That's not going to give you complete, obsolete, you know, power over somebody else, right? And like I said, as Vegeta's comboing you, you're going to be tanking it, right? So sure, he's racking up those combos and at most maybe building up a rush, but the same unit Shallot he mentioned, who has, like, you know, at most top 30 value, is going to be sitting there taking it. Hit is going to be sitting there tanking it. I see 2 revival units, they're going to be tanking it. UI Goku is going to reduce his card cost, they're going to be tanking it. Kaioken Goku, you think Kaioken Goku is going to get fucked over by Evo Vegeta? He's going to sit there, he's going to take it. Cell is eventually going to activate that disrupt, he's going to stop him and be like, okay, well, now if I hit you, I go right through your endurance, or I can ult you, I can throw some blast cards at you, and that tankiness everybody's talking about, Cell is going to go right through it. UMV is going to go right through it. Kale and Khalifa, while they're yellow, is going to scare the boogeyman out of Vegeta. Goku himself, when he's built up, UI Goku is going to scare the boogeyman out of Vegeta, potentially snipe him for blue card, just get him out of here, tell him his raps, and kill him. Kaioken Goku is going to beat the dog shit out of Vegeta. I just don't see what value he's bringing to the table. As a purple unit that he's saying has so much value, I shouldn't be seeing 3 green units over him. Right? I mean, he explained these scenarios, but it's like they're not realistic. Nobody's going to keep Revui out there for Vegeta to just combo all day long. They're going to pull out Kaioken Goku, and then maybe if Vegeta builds up that rush, they'll pull out Revui Goku Revive or something. But they're not going to sit there and let that green unit take that. Even in a 1v1 scenario with God Goku and Evo, right? Yes, logically, it's Evo has type advantage, right? But the way that fight scenario is going to go is who hits each other first. And, like, is it going to be harder for a unit with an AoE to hit the other person, or a unit with no AoE? God Goku, all he has to do is AoE Vegeta once, or catch him in a combo, and equally, he has oppression over him. He gets type neutral, pops ult, Vegeta's dead. Vegeta doesn't even have cancel buffs, he can't even protect himself. You see how you have to drag Beast up there? I think he did that on his last list, right? He was mentioning Kabe or something, but then Kabe wasn't even in top 10. Like, we shouldn't have to be talking about units that have to protect a 7th anniversary unit. It doesn't make no sense. We shouldn't be dragging units up here to say, hey, he has this protection, so that gives him value. That doesn't make sense to me. UI Goku, he don't need all that. Kaioken Goku, he don't need all that. Rev Vegeta, he is the protection. He provides more to his team. Cell, he has self-sufficiency. Revui is kind of just a revival unit, so it's whatever. God, it's like you don't really. I don't understand that. God Goku cancels buffs for himself, so it's like, you know, even if you're hitting God Goku and you want to pop ult or something with UMV, you can't snipe him, right? You can snipe the dog shot of Vegeta, though. You can't snipe him. If you ult and it's not a lock-in ult, you switch into MUI Goku as endurance, and now the you know, canceling buffs is gonna apply to him. It's like I just don't see Vegeta's purpose or where he's coming into the field. You know what I'm saying? I just don't see where it's like, oh, Vegeta's here, I'm in danger. He's just gonna sit there and combo you all day long. Base Shallot is gonna sit there and tank it and be like, all right, are you done yet? I'm finna transform. Good luck with my blue card in a Super Saiyan 3 state. Let's see how you tank that, buddy. Like, come on. And then he has Vegeta over Daima Forku, who's like, Daima Forku's team literally beats the wallop out of Vegeta. But I ain't gonna sit there and I'm not clowning on it, but I'm not gonna sit there and yap about it too long. So again, my list would be MUI Goku number 1, right? Cell and Goku would be like 2, 3 interchangeable. 4 would be Vegeta. 5, I still think I'd have Daima Forku. I think his team is just too insane, and it's like him being on that team, he has to be on that team for it to function. And him himself is a fucking walnut. And you have all these red units up here. He's, you know, talking about and gassing up. Guess what? He's going to beat the walnut out of all of these red units up here. So I said, in my opinion, that gives him value. 6 hit, I just think his standalone value is too bad. The time skip is great, does a lot of damage, you know what I'm saying? But I just think his standalone value, you know what I'm saying? Like, once it comes to, like, having hit out by himself, like, he just has no blast armor, no nothing. He's out there butt naked. None of his cards supply him with like an AoE or a way to, like, you know, lock in nothing. So he's just out there getting fucked and just doing regular damage. You know what I'm saying? He's like Shallot at that point. You know? So it's like, I don't know. 7, I'd pit UMV. God Goku I'd have at like 8. Revui Goku I'd have at like 9. And then a unit he doesn't have at the 10 list, I would pit Daima Miniku. Reason why I think Daima Miniku is great is because he brings value to his team. I think he said to himself, the best Daima team right now is Q, Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and Green Daimaku. Green Daimaku has that onslaught he has that's very easily accessible, and except of having to do 99 combos to rack up damage, right, and go through multiple gauges and transform, all this guy does is come out, gets a green card, he pops it, and then just hitting you. And sure, you'd be like, okay, but I have purple Vegeta. The fuck is he gonna do? Super Saiyan 4 Goku's gonna beat the living dog shit out of him, right? Ku is there. Ku is just simply gonna stop Vegeta from transforming. He's still gonna be paralyzing Vegeta. Like, we gotta keep it real here. We gotta keep it real here. Vegeta's not posing a threat to anybody, in my opinion. But that's just my all due respect list. Let me know how you guys feel about this reaction video. We are about to hit like an hour, so I'm done talking. But like I said, respect to Vergil, no disrespect. This is just my opinion. I could be wrong. Vergil is no slouch. He plays the game a lot. He knows what he's talking about. It's just, I just feel like some things, let's get Vegeta out of there, and then maybe we'll start talking. But outside of that, I'll see you later. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and until next time, peace.